title of Startup System Prototype Inspection Stations. Next slide, please. Okay, so the team member consists of 5 members. With me, Redaka Amorta as the electrical/document team. And then next, we have Ali Rahul as our team leader in electrical. We also have Rashid Puromong, Fabio Garden, and also Faris Abdullah. Okay, next slide. Okay, so this is the introductions of our project. So what is it all about? So this project presents an integrated system inspection machine and control based on the inspection processing concept. So combining the operator validations using face recognitions and also how we actually going to control it using via smartphone that actually have this IM concept, and also the Indonesia is automation using Mitsubishi FX5U, PLC, and also Volvo, and also ESP32 ECD. Okay, so the system ensures that machines operate not only when you actually can be using it, but also have the face recognitions on how the operator can operate it. Why? Because we actually have the face recognition itself is actually to make sure that everyone that use that machine is actually the one who actually have the knowledge to operate it. Not only anyone, but only the one who can have the recognitions of how you actually can do it. Okay, next slide. Okay, so this is our project goals. As you can see, we have 4. So first, the system shall only operate when the presence of an operator is presented to the camera. As I said before, why this is important? Because we actually want only the persons or the people who actually have the knowledge to actually calibrate or using the machine, that the one who can activate the machine itself. Okay, the second one is an additional monitoring system shall be available via smartphone to display at least the machine on or off status and on conditions. And this following the third goals, which is we actually prioritize the command for the smartphone. It should be prioritized first, because when you actually going to start off on the smartphone, the machine cannot be operated even if you start the you click the start button. Okay, the fourth one is actually the all system shall be activated when a fault occurs. This is for emergency button, and also this is important because this is as our safety procedure. Okay, next slide. Okay, this is our project design overview, and next slide will be actually explained by my friend here, our team leader, Andi Rahul.
Next is the component we use for this project. First is ESP32 board, and then we have single channel relay 5V, optocoupler, 7805 voltage regulator, and diode, resistor and capacitor, terminal block, and PCB. Next slide. Then this is our circuit diagram where we use ESP32, and then this is the optocoupler and the terminal block. Next. Then the project flowchart, as the machine is start, then the machine will detect the face recognition, and then it will yes or no in database verification. If the machine authentication is yes, then the machine will activate by automatically or manually. And then after we choose automatically or manually, we can send the data to Wago or Signal ESP32. After that, the PLC will activate and the machine will work. This is the project topology where the first one is execution, and then the machine operation and monitoring by the by what we use blink ID, and then signal transmission from ESP32, relay activation, and lastly PLC logic control. Next is the ladder diagram. It will be explained by Faris. So Faris, you are welcome to explain it.
Okay, now I will briefly outline the progress of the ladder diagram that I have developed for past 7 weeks. Please note that the ladder diagram that's shown in this slide is only the preview of the ladder diagram that I have actually made due to its complexity. So, building on the previous benchmark where I completed half of the full sequential plan, I have now finalized the entire sequence. Previously, the logic only covered when the rotary arm moved the object from the pallet onto the lift, and that's all. But now the full cycle is completed. The lift will raise the object for depth measurement, And then for depending on the sensor value, the object will classify as an acceptance or defective. If the object classified as an defective, the reject piston will clear the object, and the new one is fed from the storage to restart the sequence. And if the object is marked as acceptance, the arm rotary will return the object from the lift onto the pallet to continue the cycle. That's all.
Okay, now I will explain the sensor phase. So, under this, we can see this is the camera. This camera will detect the operator phase. If the phase is recognized, once the green box with the operator name, and if it's not recognized, it will be the red box over here. On the right is a status panel. Here is the status panel. If the status is on or set, it's like upgrade. If it's danger or alarm, it's like upgrade. This way, the operator can easily identify it. Below it are the control button. There are start or stop button for the system and emergency button. This button also have a visual indicator, so we know which button is being pressed. There also has a activity log and input for adding a new operator. Okay, continue to the next slide. This is a Python code. I will explain the important part. So the library I use here for face detection is MediaPipe. So when the camera is turned on, MediaPipe works incredibly fast to locate the face and then draw a green box on the screen. We use this to ensure smooth and uninterrupted video for the operator as the MediaPipe is lightweight. Once MediaPipe displays the face, a secondary library inside face comes into play. Its job is to recognize the face. It makes the face against a database of 100 samples, which increases accuracy. So the tasks are MediaPipe ensure smooth and easy to watch video and inside face, and to ensure type security. Once inside face recognize the face, the program sends a command to the device to activate the operator input. Inside face works by converting the face captured by the camera into numerical data automatically. If the match score is above for the threshold, the system immediately recognizes the operator and grant access. Okay, continue to the next slide. This is a C++ code. So this is where the communication takes place. Let me explain shortly. The SP has IP address, and IP address is entered into Python, and our laptop IP address is entered into the C++ code. So they can interact with each other. This code contains the face operator pin, start or stop system pin, and emergency pin and alarm pin. This alarm will trigger an alarm on the interface status panel due to an anomalous sequence. Next slide. I think that's all for me, and next slide will be explained for Fabio.
Okay, here is our project timeline. As you can see, this show our progress from the first week and until the 14th week. It shows the progress carried out in electrical, mechanical, and programming. Okay, slide. Okay, this is the obstacle. In general, the main challenge of our project can be divided into two aspects. First, on the technical side, we face difficult in finding alternative component, developing the smartphone GUI, and integrating in the Wago module with the Mitsubishi PLC. And the second, in the term of implementation, limit workspace, and those made the process of PCB fabrication take longer. Okay.
the next one is will be demo of our project. So you can see.
Kelas. Jurus. Kelas. Ini 2 jam. 2 jam. Ispal nih nanti tidur ya. Saya tidur.
Nanti dia bisa ada operatornya terus ya?
Iya.
Iya kan?
Kan
Jadi
I think that's all for us. Next is the Q&A session. You guys are
ya
welcome
berarti
to
ada
ask
operatornya kan baru bisa.
about our project.
Terus